Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in Junkpunk. And let's see, I did a bunch of work between episodes, a bunch of homework. Let me just check my inventory here. It's not too bad. I got another one of these buckets. I'm just going to drop it. Got a bunch of these. Let me show what I did. I harvested a bunch of the junk. Ooh, let me get this little nugget while I see it here. Got some gears and more scrap metal. But I harvested a bunch and then I set up some storage to some of the medium storage containers just to collect it. So there's a bunch of buckets. So that's why I'm getting rid of the buckets. I think we have enough. I don't know what that is, like 30 buckets probably. And then I got 3 more storage containers here. This guy has got some rubber scrap in it that I harvested. This one has various like precious metals. I didn't do a lot of mining on this. It's hard to see. That guy's right in the way. Let's see if we can get a better look at these guys. Platinum scrap, aluminum scrap, rare metal, contaminated silicon, and plastic scrap. Or silicone, I should say. Contaminated silicone. And then the last container here, I've got just like gears and things. So small gears, large gears, and then some pumps I found. Basic pumps harvesting. And then down here by our little factory platform, in our big storage container that's got the hookup for belts, I put all the metal scrap. So we've got tons of scrap metal to process. And then last episode I was building this platform out. And then I discovered as we got further out, I had to put foundations underneath in order to keep building. And I decided maybe what we'll do is just belt our resource down a level and then put our factory machines down on this tier. And that'll save us having to put so many foundation blocks down. So let's start doing that. Let's go and see if we can build a little bit of processing here. I gotta think the shredder is the first machine. It looks like I'm going to be short resources. Let's see what this thing needs. Scrap metal 20 and large gears 5. So let's just grab a stack of scrap metal here out of the big storage container. Pop that in my inventory. Maybe just a whole stack. And whoops. Hop on down and try placing the shredder again. Tab. Shredder. That looks better. Okay, it's showing us the inputs and outputs, and then there's power. We're gonna have to run more power for sure. We'll think about that. Let's go. Maybe we can actually split the belt and get multiple shredders going. So that might be a thing to think about. Before we place it, let's see. Can I extend our foundation at all? No, we're at the... Yeah, I can do maybe a block. I don't think that's going to really help us, but let's just see. Maybe it'll allow things to snap. Nope. That's about as far as we can come over. That's going to work for us. So yeah, maybe we plan to split this belt and have multiple lines coming off here. So let's put our shredder... Grab it. Shredder. I wish we had lights, like street lights. I suggested that in the Discord. We got to be thinking about power. There's power in and out on that side. Okay, that's the back side, right? Nothing here. But our input is where? Up top? How do we belt stuff into this thing? Where do we want the power? I guess we want the factory to keep going out in this direction that I'm facing now. So I guess I got to align the output that direction. We may have to move things around. Let's try it right there for now. And let's look at the connectors. We have splitters in here. Belt splitter. I'm wondering about doing that right out the gate. Something like this. So we come down. Let's try it. Show you what I'm thinking. Scrap belt is there, the first slot. Let's try and see if I can get a belt hooked up to this thing. Hopefully I have this bin set up correctly. It looks like I do. There's the output. I will hook onto that, click, and then down. That guy. That looks like that was successful. We've got a splitter. And now let's see if we can get this scrap material into this guy. Does it work? Where is where is the input? For the shredder. Is there a way to get stuff in, or do I gotta move it back? I mean, it almost looks like it's got to come in through the top, right? But let's let me right click off of that for a second. Right click out of that. Let's interact with this thing. Recipe. Let's do rubber scrap, electronic scrap. We want scrap metal. Okay. Now, does it give us a place to snap in? How do I get stuff into this thing? Scrap belts. May need to move it back a bit. Yeah, let's... It doesn't go here. That's the output. Pretty sure, yeah. How do we get stuff into this thing? Let's experiment. Let's move it back and just see if it's just a matter of it's just too darn close. I think we get the resource back when we do that. Let's build, extend this foundation a little bit further out. Give ourselves a little more room. We got tons of scrap metal. And go get more if we need it. And I may harvest more between episodes. It is, I'm not going to lie, it's somewhat tedious. Now, I think the game is going to support multiplayer. If you've got some friends, then you can kind of divide and conquer the work of harvesting the scrap and go a lot faster. Let's see, let's pop it down way out here. Machines, shredder. Yeah, I gotta think it's the shredder is next, but we'll figure it out. Let's go back this away. Somehow I'm short on resource. I gotta grab more scrap. Let's do it. These aren't exactly stairs, but it works. Hit the Alt key so I can get my mouse cursor back. I'm gonna grab 2 stacks of metal. 3, how about it? Since we're doing some building right now. Back to the shredder. And we're trying to figure out why the belt, or how to belt this and input into here. Gotta think we can. Can't just have to feed it by hand, I hope. I'm gonna pick the recipe again, just for the heck of it. And let's try the belt again for connections, I think. Belt. Okay, we got 2 ports. It makes sense. Does it just dump into this thing? Don't know. That looks odd to me. A little harder to get up close. That doesn't seem right. We can try and just see if it'll spill into here, but man, that seems kind of odd. Right? Let's just... Oh. No, we didn't get any special indication that that's going to let us do this. Yeah, there's the scrap up there. It's not just like tumbling over. Well, that would be cool if it did. Huh. Controls. We got a recipe. Input storage. Now I think if I put stuff, I can put stuff in here. What does this want? Shredder unpowered. Crafting scrap. It needs scrap metal. I think if I put stuff in there, it'll work. But we don't want to do that. We want it automated. Hmm. That seems strange. But if that's the case, if we can't automate it, let's put down the other machines and just see what we're going to get. How about the separator? What's this guy take? Copper scrap, large gears. I think we can... Do we have it? Let's just put these down. We're going to pull them back up, but let's just see what we've got going. Now, this guy definitely takes an input from a belt, right? It's got an input and output slot. Let's just see what the recipes are in this thing. Okay, this will produce any kind of scrap from the shredded, right? So we can get steel scrap, copper scrap. So yeah, there's the metal scrap shredded gets us these 4 things at the top. Then electronics shredded gets us these 2. Rare metal shredded gets us aluminum scrap. And rare metal also gets us the contaminated silicon and that stuff. So this machine definitely comes after the shredder. That's what, the separator. And then we got the smelter. Do I have enough? I probably might not have what I need for this. Looks like I might. Again, we're just going to take a look at it. Boom, input, output, takes belts. Looks like it's just the shredder that does not take a belt. All right, this guy. Recipes. Okay. We feed scrap into here and we get out our ingots. Pretty much, yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Feed in rubber shredded, you get rubber ingots, and the rest, it's you got to feed in not shredded, but scrap material, it looks like. All right, so interesting. We need to kind of rethink our strategy. I guess we don't need this initial storage bin. I mean, we can use it for ourselves. But, it looks like the first step is really the shredders. Right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In theory, we'd want 5 different shredders in a row. Feeding things, right? That would be the factory. It'd be like 5 shredders coming across 5 lines, I think. If I'm not mistaken, something like that. And then maybe it would branch out from there. Let's... Boy, that's a bummer. I'm kind of bummed about this storage container. I guess we could do... We could think about doing the first line. Just assume that we have to manually feed the shredder as the first step. And I can't feed that thing with a container. I've got a container over here. It doesn't have much in it. Maybe I can get that scrap in there. Let's empty out this container and get rid of it. Actually, while I'm here, I should probably put what I got in my pocket in here, right? Let's load this guy up with some scrap. And then we'll reconfigure our factory down here to start with the shredder instead of this stuff. And maybe we can get 2 lines going in this little area. We'll see. Let's grab this stuff out. I don't see, like, I'm double clicking, I'm shift clicking, and I'm control alt clicking. Nothing's gonna bring this stuff over. I gotta drag it by hand. And we're in early pre-alpha code here, so I'm sure this will change. It's kind of non-standard. Whoops, that was interesting. Pick up 800 scrap metal. Did it give me any? I'm not sure. Somehow I destroyed it. You guys probably saw what I did. I was doing a bunch of clicking there. Not sure what happened. Let's get rid of this. Coincidentally, that's 8 free slots, so hopefully I'll be able to pick up that that stuff laying on the platform, because that's a lot of resource there. Oh, you know what I think I did? I accidentally lasered out platform or something. All right, let's see. Did I get it all? I got it all back. Okay, that's good. Let's fill in the hole. Foundation, oink, and then belts. Yeah, let's take this up. We're gonna have to put a new belt down, and I'm probably gonna need to dump stuff off into storage. Was there any more room in this container? Yeah. All right, let's get rid of just a little bit more of this stuff. I'll keep some on hand, but I need some room to need some room in the inventory for when I take up this stuff. All right. Out goes the belt for now. We'll think about the splitter later. I'm going to take all this up. We're going to start up on this higher platform with the shredder. That'll be the start of our production line. I guess we could just kind of cheat a little bit to be on this side. Could we get 2 machines up here? Could we, like, be going back a little bit? Think about that. Let's extend the platform this way. Yeah, let's do it. Got plenty of this stuff. Might as well use this space. Let's start with the shredder way over here. We'll just see. We'll experiment and see how it turns out. I'm not positive how it's going to turn out, but it does look like the shredder's our first part of the factory. So we'll start with that. Let's put it over here. Boom. And then that guy is going to feed... Let's pick the recipe. We got to get a power grid going here too. We'll start with the scrap metal. Boom. And then we're probably going to run a series of splitters. The next thing's going to be, what do we say, the separator? Is that right? Can't remember. Lock this down somewhere a little further. Maybe on the edge. Let's check the recipes on this again. I kind of forgot. Recipe. This is going to turn shredded into metals. So in theory, just depends how many lines we want. Let's see, how many metals are there? I'll tell you what I'm thinking about right now is we're going to shred the metal, right? We're looking at just this, putting in scrap metal, getting out shredded, right? That shredded metal is going to allow us to produce 3 different materials. Right? Steel, copper, or gold. That's all we can get. Steel, copper, and gold. So in theory, we would want, if we wanted a separate line for all 3 of those, oops, we would want 3 of these machines, right? And then a splitter coming off of this metal shredder to do it. This guy, what's the input on this? This holds 8 stacks of scrap metal. That might be enough. And we could fan out 3 of these shredders, right? Or 3 of these guys. Separators right here. And the next level down is, I guess, the smelter and then the fabricator. Did we even place the fabricator? I don't even remember. Is that it? That's the separator, which we just had. Let's take that up. Yeah, do we want to split this and feed 3 things? So it's 2 splitters to pull that off. Seems like we could. And then we got to think about power. How to power this stuff. We can daisy chain it. That's the input on this side. Oh, does this not have an output? Power? Don't see. Maybe. Oh, okay, over here. This is the output power. Let's take up these things, these little pillars for now. In the way. My laser. Don't know that we're going to build vertical in this playthrough. We definitely could. But I want to just get things working here. 3, 1. We've got more room over this way. Let's see what we can do. So you guys can kind of see or understand roughly what I'm thinking. Just a little nervous on the power, how to route the power. Fixing these foundations is a little tricky too. Let's go for a splitter here and see if we can make this work. I can always push this guy back, right? We've got plenty of room this way if we need to push our shredder back, which we might need to do. But we want 3 of these guys. I kind of want to cheat it off here to the right as we're facing this way because I've got more room there. A lot more room to the right than I do to the left. We got the hillside. If we want to stay level, it's not urgent that we stay level, or critical, I should say. All right, another separator here. Right, is there enough room to run power in there? Power in and power out. We can try it. In fact, we can probably wire this up too. I've got some cable on me. Let's just see how ugly this is going to be. This is my input. This is my output power. I don't have like a power pole, you know? But I want to connect this guy over to here. Like that. Daisy chain these together. And I think we might just have to deal with that ugliness of the cable running through. But the idea would be maybe we have a wind farm, or there's solar panels as well, somewhere up here, generating a bunch of power on the network. In fact, it can even come through here. Ooh, we're not getting any power right now. 1. So yeah, we'll have to have a bunch of power, maybe batteries. And then it could feed our charge station. I might as well stand on that while I'm talking here. Not getting much power, may not charge. What's he getting? He's getting 1. Yeah, I'm not even charging, I think, on that. But the idea is we'd run the power out of this into this first machine, and then these will just be daisy chained and have all the power they need. Let's do a third one. It might look ugly, but I'm going to place it if I can. Machine, separator. If it'll fit, I'm going to do it. Right there. Not perfect from the platform standpoint, but it works. And then let's get the power going on that guy. Connections, power. Same thing, we're going to take the output from this one. You, without falling over the edge, we'll take the back way here and put it on the input of that guy. And now we need to belt this up. I'm guessing this is going to have to move back. This shredder. Let's do it. These foundations. Yeah, it could go sideways too. I wonder if that would give more room for these. Maybe not. Let's do the belt. Let's work backwards from the machines and see if we can get a couple splitters placed. Connections. Belt splitter. We're going to need 2 of these. Can we get this to work? That seemed to place all right. Let's see if we can get belt from here into that guy. Here into that one. That looks good. And then I need 1 more splitter. Kind of right around this area. Be back this way a little bit. And try it right there. We'll see if that works. It might be a little squirrely. Not horrible, right? Not worried about perfect ratios here. I just want something that we can kind of get to grinding and it'll do its thing. May not worry about buffers either. These guys kind of have their own output storage. It looks like probably 8 slots of output storage. So I'm going to call that built-in buffers. So I'm not going to worry about buffers. And now I just need my shredder. I guess we could put that on an angle right here. Machines, and this will be our first kind of line. I don't know how many production lines we'll end up with. But how about that guy just goes right there. Go back to connectors, get a belt. You into you, right? Then let's pick recipes on all these machines, and then we'll worry about power. This guy is going to give us scrap shredded. We're going to feed it scrap metal, and it's going to get a scrap shredded. In fact, we can put some metal in there right now if we want. Put 1 stack, because I got to get more. I'm going to need some for building material. And then these guys are going to give us what we can get. So, deal for that one. Suppose I could put stairs here. I don't want to fall off the other side. That's why I'm going this direction. Okay, this guy can do copper. I know I got to turn these on, actually. And then this guy can do gold. And that's it, right? That's electronics shredded. Ooh, we can get gold from electronics as well. I think we'll just stick with this. Interesting. So gold from electronics or from scrap. We'll definitely take it from the scrap. Seems like that's the cheaper option. I can get through here. Okay. Turn that off so bright. And now we need to get this thing. We need to think about power. And then we're going to have to turn these on. I didn't turn them on. Let's get power going first. All right, we got a turbine here. Ooh, it looks like it's spinning. Maybe we can charge up now. Charging me up? What do you got? Yeah, you've got tons of power right now. How come I'm not charging? Powered. What do I need to do? Maybe get out of my inventory or something? Doesn't look like I'm powering. That should be powering me up. Could be a bug. Probably is. Yeah, that should definitely be powering me up right now. We've got a ton of power. Let's take up the cable just to see if that takes it back in. Oh, this, yeah, 9. Okay, we'll take out the cable and put it back. Maybe that'll kickstart things again. You're not charging. That is confusing. That should be working. I think that might be a bug. Let's replace it. Let's just try and build it again. Got the little cable. Make sure I don't take out the generator. Tab. Player. Charge station. Boom. Connectors. Cable. You over to you. You've got power. Okay, now I'm charging. So, a little bit of a glitch there. Let's charge up and then we'll run a cable. Run a cable from our little charge station over to the factory. Rest of the factory machines. We're probably going to need a splitter actually somewhere. Maybe... Yeah, I have an idea. All right, I'm almost charged. All right, I'm at 100. I think what we need to do is actually put a splitter right in front of... Oh, let's see. How are we going to do this? We need to get power to this guy, too. We could daisy chain this guy. I guess there's no reason not to. Here's his output power. If I say... output, you go feed the input to this guy. And now this is where I might do my splitter. Now I could say, I mean, this is kind of crazy here if I do this, but we could do it. Now it's getting power. I can turn this on, toggle the power, boom, there he goes. We should, there's our shredded metal. That's going to split out. The ratios won't be good, but it's going to split out into these guys, and they're not going to get enough power really to run off of this single windmill. Kind of ugly. Got to be a much cleaner way to do this. Let's think about it for a second. Now, if we look over at the right side of the screen, kind of towards the bottom middle, I guess, we can see the wind speed and we can see the solar. If I go higher up, does it make any difference in the wind speed? 63. Doesn't look, you know, assuming it's updating, doesn't look like any of these structures are impacting the wind speed. It's just a generic value. Boy, there's tons of scrap over here still. I took up a lot, but I'll do more maybe between episodes. We'll do a little bit on camera, I'm sure. In fact, I should probably do a little here. I'm gonna distribute the workload a little bit. But yeah, I was looking at the wind, thinking we need to put a wind farm down. And we can start with a few of the scrap turbines. And then once we get the factory going, maybe we switch over to those ones that require the ingots. We can take a look at those. That's... These guys, I'm guessing, generate a bunch more power. But we have to be smelting ingots. We need steel, copper, and gold. And we're gonna have those three materials here pretty soon, I think. Oops, got a little bit lost. Around these tires, yeah, we should take some of this up at some point. I'm not sure when we're going to need the rubber. So maybe this area for our turbines? Or maybe further over down this way. I'm thinking up on these hills, because they're going to be a little harder to build on top of. Maybe along this way, we actually do some power feed these factories. Let's take a look at the build menu and see how we're going to do this. Mergers and then splitters. Right? Eventually we want a bunch of power just coming into one central splitter over here, I guess. So if we had a splitter, let's see, how much do these take? Capacitors and circuit boards. So these cost some money. But in terms of making it look better, I'm wondering if we put a splitter here, send in one super duper high powered power line from our wind farm, and then use the splitter to put some power into this guy and then some power into that guy. I think we'd still have to daisy chain. That's the only thing. I mean, we still have to have these wires crossing over each other like this. I don't know quite how to avoid that easily. Unless we put splitter here. Let's put a split. Let's see if we can put a splitter here. There's our input. I don't have the materials I need. I'm going to have to do some crafting for this. Circuit boards and capacitors. I think I have some circuit boards up in this container. Or capacitors. I don't have circuit boards, I guess. I got a bunch of the scrap metal. I was thinking maybe a splitter over here, and then we run output to this, and we run an output to that. But it's not much less spaghetti than what we've already got. Tell you what, let's start with a merger, actually. Right here. We can do it. What do we need? We need scrap metal, no problem. Circuit boards and capacitors and steel. Go to our workbench. Okay, circuit boards. Can we make those? What do we need? Gold, copper, and plastic. I think I've got some of this. Okay, what did that give us? Gave us one circuit board. What do we need here? Two, of course. I don't have the materials I need for it. But I can get those materials. What do you need? Circuit board. 3 copper scrap. I've got it. Gold, looks like I've got it, right? Barely enough. Plastic. That's going to be the problem. Plastic scrap. Shoot. I can't make it from the metal scrap. And then basic capacitors. We need some of those too. That needs plastic and rubber. I've got a little bit of rubber. Let's go get some plastic scrap. I thought I saw a place between episodes where that is. And now that I need to look for it, look what we're getting for weather here. It's horrible. Boy. Plastic and rubber. Let's just take a look, see what we can figure out here. This is basic scrap. Maybe this way. We need plastic, and we could use a little rubber. Rubber is going to be easy. It's all over the place. Plastic's a little harder to find. That all looks like the scrap, the plain metal scrap. I can put on the flashlight, but it just, when it's all dusty storm like this, it just doesn't help. Here's some rubber. Let's grab some of this real quick. We might get some plastic out of this. I doubt it, but every once in a while, there's a little bit of plastic came out of that. But it's not going to be enough, I don't think. It's possible the hey, got just 2 more too. It's possible that at the workbench we can turn rubber into plastic scrap. I didn't take a look at that. That might be a thing. We'll grab some of this while we've got the dust storm going. Got 3 plastic scrap so far. Okay, the dust storm has passed. Let's just take a look and see if we can find the other kind of scrap. Don't see it here. That all looks like the metal scrap, right? Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need any more buckets. Head back towards the ship. It was around here somewhere. I thought I saw some between episodes. That's not it. Back this way. This is all metal and rubber. Looking for plastics. This might be it. Electronics junk. Yeah, that's it. Let me I'm gonna hit the Alt key and just get rid of this bucket. So we have a little bit more inventory space. How are we doing? Rubber scrap? Yeah, we want... Let's see if this gets us plastic. Oh, no, that's not it. How are we not... Oh, man, where do we get the plastic? This is all rare metal kind of stuff. It's filling up our inventory slots, too. Bummer. That's not what we want. You'd think you'd get plastic out of electronic stuff. I'm going to hop on top of the ship. Can. Bypass all this stuff. Get a view of the top of the ship. Looks kind of cool. I'm gonna head over to, well, let's I'm gonna dump off these rare metals. Just because they're taking up the inventory space. I've got some somewhere in here. This one? Nope. Here it is. All right, let's dump these off. They won't stack yet in the inventory, so just have to dump them off. Rare metal, scrap. Plastic is good. We want that. Rubber, contaminated silicon. I don't need that. Rubber is good. I think all this other stuff we can use. Let's go see if I have enough plastic scrap on me, and if not, if I can create it from the rubber in the workbench. I'm not sure. And we'll probably just about ready to wrap this one up. Can I create... Okay, steel, copper, and gold scrap I can make. Can I make rubber scrap from anything? Nope. Platinum. Contaminated silicon and aluminum. I cannot make plastic scrap. I must need the machines to do that for me. Unless you guys see it and I'm just scrolling by. Let's see if I have enough. We wanted a circuit board. Okay, it looks like we did have enough. And then we were doing that so we could build I think a merger. So my plan was get a merger down, boom, right around here. And then maybe tear up this windmill and put it back a little bit, this generator. And then however many we can fit in that merger or connect up to it, that'll be our initial power supply for the factory here. And then we can maybe do another mini wind farm further down and feed, power up the next leg of the factory with its own separate wind farm. It's not ideal early on here, but it would get us going. Let's go back to the build menu, see if we can at least put that first merger down. It gets us, it looks like only 4 connections. Am I still missing parts? It looks like it. That doesn't look green to me. What am I missing for the merger? I got 2 circuit boards. Oh, I gotta do capacitors. It looks like 2 capacitors. I thought I had one. Oh, maybe it got used for the circuit board. I think it did. I bet we need plastic for that. If so, I can do that maybe between episodes here. Let's just take a look. There's our merger again. We want 2 capacitors and 3 steel scrap. Do I have the steel scrap? Tons of steel scrap. Obviously, the 2 basic capacitors. And that's going to take 2 plastic scrap. Tell you what, I got 1. So tell you what, let's wrap this episode here. I will get some more plastic somehow, figure out how to do it. And then next episode, we'll look at building more turbines and getting this factory going. We may actually be getting a little bit of product out of here when the power spikes. Let's see if there's anything in here. Nope, just has some input scrap. The recipe selected, but it just doesn't. Oh no, I just gotta turn it on. Toggle power. Oh, it may black out too. Kind of like Satisfactory does. But he's right now at this minute, he's getting only 1 power. That's probably not enough to do anything. It says unpowered. Toggle power, still unpowered. Yeah. Needs more. Needs more. This guy's only putting out 5. So we'll get to that next episode. Like I said, I'll go harvest some plastic. And we will continue on with our little factory here. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy this content, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. That helps my tiny channel grow. I say it a lot because it's true, and I definitely appreciate it for those of you guys who have been giving the thumbs up. Really do appreciate that. But for now, it's Glidercat signing off, saying I will see you in the next episode.